Chapter 3. Tenses. Tenses have been divided into three parts: present tense, past tense, future tense. Each of these tenses has further been divided into 12 parts that we will learn here. But before that, we should learn the types of verbs used in the tenses. Main verbs. Main verb mainly has three forms: present form or base form, past form, past participle. Also, some other subforms of verbs are strong verbs that have Group A verbs. Group A verbs are those verbs in which their second and third forms are made by changing vowel of the first form. For example, become, present form; became, past form; become, past participle; becoming, ing form. Group B verbs. Past form, second form of some strong verbs is formed by changing the vowel of their present form. First form and their past participle, third form, is formed by adding en, ne or n in the first form itself. Bite, present form; bit, past form; bitten, past participle form; biting, ing form. Weak verbs. Group A verbs. These are those verbs whose second and third forms are made by adding d, ed, or t in their first forms. Advise, present form; advised, past form; advised, past participle form; advising, ing form. Group B verbs. All the three forms of the following verbs are similar: cast, present; cast, past; cast, past participle; casting, ing form. Group C. Helping verbs. Can, present; could, past; shall, present; should, past. Tenses and their uses. The present indefinite tense. Simple present. This tense is used to show work or task being done in the present time. In these sentences, the words is, am, are not used because they are parts of the main verb. Let us learn few rules associated with this tense. In affirmative sentences, s or es is added in the first form of verb, along with singular subjects, he, she, it, of the third person, and only the first form, without s or es, is used with plural subjects, like she plays. Plural verb first form, without s or es, is used with first person, I or we, and second person, you, like I play. In case of third person, singular subject in negative sentences, does not plus V1 is used. And in case of third person, plural subject, do not plus V1 is used. Boys do not play. Along with third person, singular subjects in interrogative sentences, does is used in the beginning of the sentences, and do is used in the beginning of the sentence with all the other subjects, and question mark is added in the end of the sentence. Like, does Sonal do her work? The present continuous. present progressive tense. This tense is formed by is, am, are plus ing form of the verb. Some rules are to be kept in mind while writing sentences using this tense. In affirmative sentences, is used with singular subjects. He, she, it. And are is used with plural subjects. We, you, they. But am is used with I. She is watching football match. I am singing. In negative sentences, not is added between is, am, are, and ing form of the verb, like he is not reading a book. In interrogative sentences, is, am, are is added before the subject, like are they making dinner? The present perfect continuous tense. Actions which are being done and which have partially been completed at the time of being expressed by the doer come under the present perfect continuous tense. Some rules to be kept in mind while writing sentences using this tense. Has been plus V1 ing is used with third person. Singular subject and have been plus V1 ing is used with all the other subjects. He has been working since 1 o'clock. In negative sentences, not is used between has or have and been. Like, they have not been playing since morning. In interrogative sentences, has and have are used before the subject. Like, has she been teaching in the school for 20 years? The past indefinite tense, simple past. This tense is used to express actions, incidents of the past, and to express actions and habits which usually take place regularly or quite often. Some rules are to be kept in mind while writing sentences using this tense. Second form of the verb is used with all subjects to form affirmative sentence, like they went to the club. Did not plus V1 is used after the subject to form negative sentences, like she did not weep. Did is added before the subject in the beginning of the sentence, and question mark is placed at the end of the sentence to form interrogative sentences, like did she write any letter? The past continuous progressive tense. This tense expresses those actions which continued in the past and were not completed. Some rules are to be kept in mind while writing sentences using this tense. Was plus V1 ing is used with first and third person, singular subjects, and were plus V1 ing is used with all other subjects, like I was crying. Helping verbs plus not is added between was or were, an ing form of the verb, to form negative sentences, like they were not playing hockey. Was and were are added before the subject to form interrogative sentences. Question mark is put in the end of the sentences, like were these boys washing their cars yesterday? The past perfect tense. The sentences of this tense express that a long time has elapsed since the completion of an action. Some rules are to be kept in mind while writing sentences using this tense. Had plus V3 is used with every subject to form these sentences. Like, Richa had done her work. Not is placed between had and main verb in negative sentences. She had not done her work in time. Had is used before the subject in interrogative sentences. Question mark is put in the end of the sentence. Like, had the match begun before you arrived at the ground? The past perfect continuous tense. Sentences of this tense express that an action started at some time in the past and continued till later. Time of the past in which such action continued is also given. Some rules are to be kept in mind while writing sentences using this tense. Had been is added with every subject, and ing is added in the end of the first form. Since is used to express a point of time, and for is used to express a period of time. Like, I had been walking near the lake since yesterday morning. Not is added after had and before been in negative sentences. Like, it had not been raining today since morning. Had is added before the subject in interrogative sentences. Like, had your mother been buying some fruits for 2 hours yesterday? The future indefinite tense. Simple future. This tense shows that an action will be performed in the future. Some rules are to be kept in mind while writing sentences using this tense. Shall plus V1 is used with I, and we and will plus V1 is used with all other subjects to form affirmative sentences. Like, he will do it. Not is added after will or shall, and first form of verb is used to form negative sentences. Like, he will not save you. Will or shall is used before the subject according to the subject to form interrogative sentences. Question mark is put in the end of sentences. Like, will you write a song for your recording today? The future continuous tense. Sentences of this tense express that some action will continue in the future. The time in which the action continues is not given in these sentences. This tense is formed by shall be or will be plus ing in the first form of verb. Rules for this tense are: shall be is added with I, we, and will be is added with all other subjects, and ing is added in the first form of main verb. Like, I shall be waiting for you. Shall not be, will not be is used in negative sentences. After this, ing form is added in main verb. Like, they will not be waiting for you. Will or shall is used before the subject, and be is used after subject in interrogative sentences. Question mark is put in the end of the sentences. Like, shall I be singing a song at night? The future perfect tense. Sentences of this tense express that an action will be completed in the future. Rules for this tense are: shall have is added with we and will have is added with all other subjects, and third form of verb is used. Like, she will have cooked food by 2 p.m. Not is added after shall or will to form negative sentences, and have is put after not. Like, she will not have reached Dubai by 2 o'clock. Will or shall is added before the subject, and have is used after the subject to form interrogative sentences. In the end of the sentences, question mark is put. Like, will he have reached his hometown before Sunday? The future perfect continuous tense. The sentences of this tense express an action that will continue in the future, and time is also given along with it. Rules to remember are: shall have been is added to I, we, and will have been is added to all other subjects, and ing is added to the first form of verb. Like, by December 2018, we shall have been living in Delhi for 4 years. Not is added after will or shall in negative sentences. Like, Sweetie will not have been practicing for 2 hours. Verb will or shall is added before the subject in interrogative sentences, and after this, have been is used. Question mark is put in the end of the sentences. Like, will you have been reading this for 2 hours?